One of the biggest changes brought by the arrival of King Mohammed VI to power in 1999 has been the development of new visible, or rather, audible, popular music scene in Morocco. In the last 10 years, fusion groups like Hoba Hoba Spirit or FNAR, and rappers like Big or Muslim, have been the flagships of a real musical revolution that have given the decades-long deprived Moroccan youth a chance to finally hear independent music that reflects their reality and aspirations.
I think it was a good sign that when I released my album there were no proceedings against it. It means we were self-censoring ourselves until then, afraid to be in trouble when we didn't need to. This me the most. Some see my work as an involved action, but I don't think so. Talking about prostitution or social problems, that's just being Moroccan.
With the notable exception of Nas Al Gawain, Jil Jalal and Lem Shab, the last 2 decades of the late king's reign were characterized by a grim cultural aridity where official representatives of culture, fully homologated by the authorities, were the only ones with access to state subsidies or TV distribution. While most Moroccans enjoy local chabi, popular groups or foreign music, the country's official TV channel, and until 1989, the only one would to almost every Moroccan youth's great displeasure, limit its contribution to culture to the broadcasting of the infamous Sara Fanria Kalbra, their grand artistic evening, a long and soporific succession of official artists every Saturday evening. With the death of the late king in 1999, a new generation of young and assertive performers was able to create a new space for musical expression. Despite some initial difficulties, a group of 14 Moroccan heavy metal singers were condemned to jail sentences for playing satanic music in 2003. Bands such as H-Kayne and Darga were quasi-instantly able to secure a large audience of young Moroccans eager to hear music in tune to their concerns, speaking their language and free from the stifling norms of official art. Singing in colloquial Arabic, Berber, French and English, the different songs reflect the multiple identities of their creators and their public. They tackle issues rarely discussed publicly such as corruption, torture, sexuality and the difficulty of being young in a country of contrasts and inequalities. The Moroccan Francophone press quickly labeled these changes Nada, which means up in Moroccan Arabic, as a reflection of the Movida, Spain's cultural and social revolution which followed Franco's death in 1975.
نلقاو من الواقع المعاش من الواقع اليومي داكشي اللي تنشوفوه تنعيشوه اللي تيعاودوا لنا صحابنا اللي تنشوفوه في التلفازه ولا تنقراو ولا سميتو يعني وافكار داخليه عاوتاني ديال كل واحد فينا.
The Moroccan Francophone press quickly labeled these changes Nada, which means up in Moroccan Arabic, as a reflection of the Movida, Spain's cultural and social revolution which followed Franco's death in 1975. As in Spain, the arrival of a new king created a great deal of hope among the population eager for change. Indeed, immediately after his coming to power, the young king of the youth attempted to distance himself from his father's autocratic ways by somewhat liberalizing the political sphere, encouraging the emergence of new private radio stations catering to a younger audience and by sponsoring a number of major music festivals across the country. In less than 10 years, state-organized music festivals like Mawazine and Rabat became Morocco's major cultural events while Nada's invented groups were given wide access to state television and official events. However, as underlined by many Moroccan journalists, it quickly became clear that whatever change Morocco was experiencing could hardly be compared to what occurred in Spain in the 1980s. Catering to increasingly conservative voters, Morocco's main Islamic party, the Party of Justice and Development, regularly condemns the organization of music festivals and lumps together the risk of deprivation that these festivals are supposed to encourage with homosexuality, drugs use and the westernization of Morocco's youth. Similarly, H-Kayne, perhaps Morocco's most influential journalist, has also been a stern critique of music festivals which he sees as part of a large conspiracy to corrupt the younger generations of the country. While authorities were initially hesitant on how to deal with these changes, the terrorist attacks of 2003 made them realize the importance of allowing increasingly frustrated urban youth vent some of their dissatisfaction. The government now directly sponsors multi-million-dollar festivals in all major Moroccan cities while at the same time assisting local artists with administrative and logistical support. According to Dr. Mohamed Darif, a political science professor at the University of Hassan II in Mohammedia, Neda is simply another effort by the state to co-opt culture and is doomed to fail. For Darif, Neda is an attempt to promote the image of Morocco as an open and tolerant society while at the same time trying to contain the appeal of extremism to increasingly conservative youth. Undeniably, the links between the Neda movement and the authorities are much closer than they appear at first sight. The lead singer of Hoba Hoba Spirit, Neda's most iconic band, was the star columnist of the very influential Telkel, a widely read francophone magazine popular amongst Morocco's decision-makers. Similarly, Big's aunt, Mileta Hazb, is a prominent politician with the party Authenticite at Modernite also close to the authorities. More importantly perhaps, some of Neda's songs are no better than Morocco's most nationalistic chants of the 1970s. Lufner patriotic song Yed Al Hana, Henna Hand, is a blatant example of chauvinism and underlines the increasing trend among Moroccan artists to express themselves in terms of traditional themes such as nationalism, loyalty to the monarchy and the need to defend Moroccan values and identity. Finally, the striking success of Neda's artists is due above all to the ability of all these groups, including the staunchly independent ones, to benefit from government-sponsored venues and have access to official music distribution channels. Without the government often self-interested benevolence, Morocco's fragile musical scene is less ready than ever to emancipate itself.
Be yourself, no matter what they say. 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 Be yourself. Be yourself.